Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in for another video. All right, so check it. I want to talk about something. I want to chat with y'all. I want to talk about something. Now, of course, you know, I was trying my best not to talk about this Diddy situation because it could be draining. It's too much. If y'all are old enough, y'all didn't seen Diddy from the beginning. I didn't seen this stuff over 20 years, 25 years. I didn't seen all the way back to Tupac and the whole situation with the East Coast and the West Coast. I saw it all. I read Vibe magazine. I witnessed all that stuff, right? So everybody from back in the day that's a certain age know the type of person that Diddy is and was, because it wasn't a secret per se. Like I would say, what is that, Gen Z now and Alpha, they may not know the person that he is, but millennials, Gen X on back know who he is and know the type of person that he was. Okay, so let me go in this angle. I was reading a blogger's page and she posted, of course she was posting about Diddy's arrest, and I'm looking over here because I actually took some notes because I didn't want to miss anything that I want to talk about. So she posted about Diddy's arrest, right? They also mentioned Tiffany Red. She put out a statement or a post or whatever. Now, if you don't know who Tiffany Red is, she is an individual who is a songwriter. She's written for many different artists. She also came out and talked about some things with Beyonce. Just Google her name and it'll come up and you'll see the things that she has decided to be vocal about. So she did not want to be silenced, you know, like a lot of people have been in the industry, especially those in front and behind the scenes. And like the songwriters, producers, sometimes they're not treated well. So she's been speaking out about that. So she made a statement about Diddy's arrest, and she was just thanking I guess what was that, officials in Southern District of New York for, you know, basically taking him off the street. She also recalled an incident where she was at one of his homes and she was writing for Cassie's second album, and she said that she was given a joint. So I guess she smokes or whatever, which, you know, that's your business. I have no issue with that. She said as soon as I guess she took a hit or she smoked it or whatever, she immediately knew that it was not right, that it was laced with something. And she said that she was like screaming and like, what did you give me? And she said she does not know what happened, if I'm paraphrasing this correctly. It still haunts her to kind of think about what may have happened, because I think she may have been unaware. She doesn't know what was given to her. And she said that she did witness certain domestic situations between Cassie and Diddy and other workers that worked for him. So he didn't just use her, it was the people that worked for him as well. And this is what I'm getting to. So I'm reading the comment section, right? Because I do read comment sections. Just like in my videos on my channel, I read comment sections. On blog posts, I read comment sections because they are so interesting, okay? So I was reading the comment section. And, you know, some people are like, you know, I'm glad he's getting what he deserves. Glad he's behind bars, blah, blah, blah. Then you had, like, a couple people that were like, I mean, she get what she deserved. I mean, she could have said no. I mean, she enjoyed the money. And I'm just like, okay, there's always two sides to a coin. You can look at things differently, right? I don't like when people blame victims. I really don't. And you wonder why victims don't want to come out, or they just torture themselves basically for the rest of their life and not really speak up and have their voice heard or their story heard, because fear of this. Fear of people ridiculing them. They've already been through trauma, but then they're going to be going through trauma again because people are ridiculing them for going through the trauma and the choices that they made while going through that trauma. That's like making a decision when you're under extreme duress, you're under extreme, what is it? Just like extreme measures. Like you don't know what you'll do in a situation until you're in that situation. Like, You know how sometimes you treat people a certain way or you dismiss what people say, and then until you get in that situation, you'll be like, dang, I understand what they went through. This happened to me a lot of times with family and just different things like that. Like, they really didn't understand where I was coming from until it actually happened to them. It's like the whole anxiety thing. But y'all look at my previous video. But anyways, so this is what I want to say, and I jotted this down. Sometimes things are not always black and white. A lot of times there are gray areas, but sometimes you're taught it's either this or this. That's it. And sometimes, like, we're taught in our homes with our parents, like, it's either this or this. You're going to be on this side or this side. It ain't no straddling. It ain't no middle way. What I've learned, there is a middle passage. There is sometimes you got to go here and then come here. Sometimes you got to go here and come here. And sometimes you do have to stay here and go straight now. But there are times where it goes like this. And then another thing that I want to say. Some things are dependent on something else. So because things have dependent variables, they can change your mind, decisions, and outcomes. So, prime example. Many people can sit here and tell the people who decided to take the injection of 2019 and 2020. A lot of those people, y'all go look this up, a lot of those people are coming out stating how they are experiencing health issues that they thoroughly believe correlated with that, right? Now, you can have some people that'll say, you had a choice. You had a decision. Why you decided to get the, right? But when you look at dependent variables, you look at the circumstances, there were many people at that time who felt as if that was the only decision that they had. True, we all have a decision. We all have options. We all can make certain decisions, right? But they're dependent on variables. So certain people felt as if they were going to lose their job. Some people knew it. Their employer told them, you're going to lose your job. If you don't get this, we don't take no, what do you call that? Exemption form. We don't do this. No, this is mandatory to work here. A lot of places weren't even hiring. They were furloughing people off. They were going on furlough. There were certain people that were getting laid off. So it's not like you could leave this job and then go find one that would accept you without getting the, you understand what I'm saying? So certain people were saying, like, I had to keep my job. I have kids to feed. I have a wife. I have a husband. I have a house to take care of. I have rent. I have a mortgage. I have car note. We need to eat. So although they technically have a choice, it's dependent on variables. So if I am the breadwinner and I bring in the money or most of the money to take care of my family and help my family survive, what do I look like being selfish and not taking and then my family sit up here and end up homeless and hungry? So you see that there? They had a decision, they had choices, but it was dependent on variables. So I don't like when people say, especially with victims, well, she had a decision, she could have left, well, she liked the lifestyle. Everything is dependent on everything. So these people, do you know how diabolical this man was and is? To sit up here and still blame victims. Y'all read these statements that are continuously coming out every day where he coerced victims and tried to make it seem like they were, consensual with it and telling them, well, we can be, whatever you need, I'll be there for you. You won't have to want for nothing. Basically trying to, in so many words, tell them, if you shut up and don't say nothing, then I'll pay you off. What? To try and tell somebody who you actually SA'd that it was consensual? My video cut off, but y'all tell me what y'all think. Do y'all agree or disagree with what I'm saying? Or at least, do you see where I'm coming from? Like, leave it down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Peace.